For this new project, first thing goes to go to site menu, define the new site, either basic category or advanced categories you can use. Have I shown you the basic panels first, or I'll just jump to the advanced last time? The advanced one. Yeah. So the advanced one is easier because we will have to only define the local information for the new website. The new website name, anything, keep it related to the name of the project. So I'm just keeping it as London College. And the local root folder is a folder where everything has to be organized, which is, for me, it will be 1076 Dreamweaver Activities, London College. For you, you are going to copy it in your individual M drive, so select that as your root. Okay. Select, you can see the root folder has shown here. Default images folder, I'm going to browse and select assets as my default images folder. I'm keeping links related to my document, so it will have links from my root folder towards the images, towards the pages, and so on. HTTP address, we don't have currently online versions, so just leave it default. Okay. So for a while, just local information you required, and just say OK. As you can see quickly in the files panel now, I can see the assets folder because London College is my root folder. Right. For this particular site, let me just create a blank HTML page. First things first, by default, make sure you keep a habit of changing titles. So I'm just changing the title, London College, just fictional name, londoncollege.com, learn web design, graphic design, networking courses. In London. Now I just directly jump to the titles. This is my habit. It's a good habit you should all build. Because when I do observation, I still see some of you, your titles still read untitled document. Not a very good sign as you're beginning. Okay? So jump to the title first and then start the rest of the process. Quickly, I'm going to save the page as well as the index page. This is going to be my home page. Job done. So first two things, saving the page, adding a title, and you can see the file will start organizing your contents easily. Now for this layout in the design view, I'm going back to my inserts menu and select the common tab, and from the tab I'm going to use table. Not advisable for building modern websites, but because I want to teach you SPRY, I'm not spending too much time in divs. Okay. I'm going to simply add a table with, let's say, 6 rows, 1 column, about 600 width. That's fine. Border thickness, I don't want to show table as a layout, so I'm just going to switch off my table border with a 0 border thickness. No header, cell padding keeping default, that's fine. And okay. That's your table. Okay. Now simply you can click anywhere, or you can try and click on the table border, so it highlights the whole table. If you struggle, just make sure you click anywhere inside the table, and here from the tag selector at the bottom, click on the table tag. Okay. So sometimes you struggle to select particular things in design view, but don't forget you have this tag selector option for you. Okay. Very, very simple. Simply select on table, and you can see the properties panel. It shows all the properties and attributes which we inserted earlier. I'm going to select the align attribute and click center. This is as good as adding a div, margin left, right, auto. Okay, that's what I've done. Right, the first top row, I'm clicking my cursor in the cell, and common tab, click on the insert image, jump to the assets folder and select the logo. It's London college logo. Done. Next row, I'm going to add a simple horizontal menu bar. So we want to create a navigation. For navigation this time, instead of typing basic links, I'm changing my inserts menu to the category SPRY, SPRY. Yeah. Don't try and search it in CS3, it's not there. Only from CS4 onwards. So change your inserts category from common to SPRY, and you will see lots of different widgets you can actually insert into your website. But if you scroll down this widget list, there are some widgets at the bottom of the SPRY panel here, that list, where you can see SPRY menu bar, tab panels, accordion, collapsible panel, tooltip. These are the fancy widgets we can actually add to the website. To begin with, I will first show you how to use the menu bar, and then slowly later on we can carry on the other widgets. So to use the SPRY menu bar, before you click on the widget, precaution is make sure the cursor in your design view is in the correct position. Okay, so I'm simply going to click in the second row where actually I want to show the menu bar, and then from the tab click on the SPRY menu bar. Okay, when hit, it offers you two options, whether you want to add the menu bar in a horizontal style or in the vertical style. So sometimes in a websites you show your navigation bars in the left hand column of your website here. Okay, so you can actually select vertical style, means when you hover your mouse over the links here, the drop down will come like that and then forward. So in case if your requirement of your website is like this, select vertical. But most commonly we use horizontal, so our navigation bar will be horizontal here and the links will be divided, so when you mouse over, the links will drop down vertically. Okay, so I think ideally most people prefer horizontal navigation. So let me show you the horizontal, and you can experiment vertical later on. Cursor is there, SPRY menu bar, horizontal as a style. Done. In just one click, the navigation bar is ready. Let me quickly save it, file, save, and it prompts you with this message. There's no alternative than to click on OK here. Okay, and the reason being, these files here, which is a list of some files which Dreamweaver asks you to save in your folder, because without these files, one file is called SPRY menu bar.js. This is a JavaScript file. Okay, some .gif files, which are actually some of the borders, some of the arrows, so very tiny images they're using. The main thing is this JavaScript file and this SPRY menu bar horizontal.css. So these are external documents which SPRY will ask you to save in your folder, and if you don't, if you move them somewhere else, your application will fail to work. Okay, they are the backbone of your SPRY widgets. Later on, I'll scroll through these two files and I'll show you how we can actually modify some of the things. But let's say, for time being, we have to say OK. And the first thing you will notice now, you can refresh the files panel. Do you see here, SPRY assets folder? So under the SPRY assets folder, you can see the list of those files, which I've shown you just now. So Dreamweaver is very smart. You don't have to, it don't pressurize you as well to save it and copy it inside your folder. It automatically jumps it because we have defined the site earlier. Okay, so you're understanding the importance of defining site now? Because then Dreamweaver makes your job a lot more easier to organize the content. So there you go. That's your SPRY assets folder. Once you finish your website and you're uploading online, make sure SPRY assets folder should go as well. It's in your root folder anyway, so automatically it should go. But as a precautions, you have to take care that the SPRY assets folder is getting uploaded. Okay. So with that notation, let me just save this page, and it's already saved, I think. There you go. I'm going to the preview in Explorer, and there you go. That's my title, and that's my beautiful SPRY navigation bar. There you go. Nice. So up to the third level of navigation, which is your top navigation, which is the main. This is your sub menu, and this is your sub menu. So 1 level, 2 level, 3 level. You can specify navigation up to 3 different levels. So you can have main category, subcategories, and subcategories, as many you want. So imagine how powerful you can make your navigation work. And all these gray colors, all this item 1, item 2 default text, all this on mouse over blue color, everything is customizable. Okay, so let me show you a few things now. First thing, I'm going to show you how to customize and change this default text of your hyperlinks, and how to add actual URL to those hyperlinks. And then slowly I'll just show you how to quickly change this CSS of your menu bar. Right, after this preview of SPRY, let's go back to Dreamweaver. The moment we add a SPRY, it appears with this little blue tab at the top. That makes it easy for you to select the SPRY. Okay, that will disappear if you click anywhere outside in design view. So when I'm out, I don't actually see that tab. You can see the properties also shows me some different properties now. But the moment I hover my mouse on the SPRY widget anywhere, the blue title tab appears. Okay, if you hit that blue tab, now check the properties panel. What do you see in the properties here? These properties will not appear if you're not selecting the SPRY correctly. So your job is to just select that, and here this is the first main navigation items, then you have sub menu items, and third box shows sub items. Your job is now to highlight whichever item you want, and in the right hand side it gives you options for that particular highlighted text. Means item 1 is highlighted currently in my preview. You can see it asks you to change its text from item 1 to home, or whatever you want. Then for that item 1, what should be the hyper reference? Means which page you want to connect with that text. So easy. Title of your hyperlink, so you can give same as the text of your hyperlink for accessibility. It's not compulsory, so if you want to provide accessibility, you should give titles. And the target means when you click, whether the page should open in the same window or underscore blank, it should open in a separate tab or separate window. We finish. I'll do the question answers later on. So I'm going to quickly modify my HTML links. For item 1, I'm going back to text 1 and change it to home. Link, you can click on the folder icon next to the link and actually browse which page you want to connect. Currently we only have index, so I will just browse index page. Title, home page, and target. Even if you don't give, by default it will be underscore self. Okay, so if you're opening in the same website, same web page, you don't need any target. But in case, for some of you, if you don't know, it's underscore self. Yeah. Now these options or these attributes you can specify for every single link if you want to. Item 2, I can specify it as about us. Item 3. The moment I click on item 3, you see it gives me the submenus. Okay. If I click on item 3.1, it shows me another level, because in the preview I've shown you earlier, it shows third level as well. So literally I can click on any of these levels and keep changing their names, keep changing their hyperreferences. So how beautiful and easy it is to use. Okay. So let's say I got home. Under home also, if I have, let's say, career or jobs, item 1.2, I can say our team, because that is going under the home. So I'm just adding some fictional links. For item 1.3, if you don't need any additional links, which is by default there, simply remove it. Very easy. You can simply highlight the existing one and click on remove menu item. It's gone. If you want to add anything, click on plus, so it adds. It's very, very simple and customizable. About us is there. Item 3 I'm going to use for courses. And for the courses, maybe later on we can create pages. Courses.html. 3.1 I will say as web design courses. 3.2 graphic design courses. 3.3 networking courses. Now under each courses I can give third level. So for web designing I can say here HTML and CSS. Item 3.1.2 Dreamweaver. For graphic design, nothing is there, but you can click on add menu and create items. So I can add Photoshop there. Add another item. I can add Flash there. For networking, I can add CCNA, MCSC. For item 4, we can simply have a contact. If you want fourth item, right now there are only 4 main items. After the contact, I can click on another item and it gives me 5th navigation item. So as many you want in all the 3 categories, you can manage yourself. Okay. I will keep only 4 for a while. Don't forget to save. And let's go and preview. My new SPRY. Home, jobs, our team, courses, graphic design, Photoshop, contact. Nice one. I will add some CSS. Let me select table tag and let me add some CSS later on. But the moment we add these items, as I said, SPRY assets folder gives you those external files, right? Here, under the page name, you can see the source code, and 2 additional tabs will show you those external files which are actually linked with your page. So if I'll click on SPRY menubar.js and say in the source code, look at this. How many lines? 760 JavaScript lines just for the SPRY menu bar. So all these nice functionalities you see is actually happening because of this dynamic coding. Okay, and if you see the SPRY menu bar horizontal.css, this is the external CSS file which is actually giving the look of your CSS SPRY menu bar. So either you can modify from the coding, or you can still stay in your horizontal design view. And if I'll open the CSS styles panel now, do you see that? In the styles panel, it shows SPRY menu bar as external CSS file attached to your website already. You don't notice, but Dreamweaver does it all. And now we can simply browse through this file. If I just click on plus item, it shows me the list of all the items with their properties and values here. Okay, means if I can see here, I don't know what is affecting what right now, but it's easy because you can just click on the selector and by the properties you can judge. For example, property like this, menu bar horizontal A, background color light gray, which is this, and the dark gray is actually text color. Means in practice these two colors you see on the screen are coming from this particular selector. I wasn't even knowing, but then you can just scroll through and see. So I can literally click on these colors and change the background color to, let's say, blue, and navigation changes. So you can actually customize it to whichever colors you like. Text color you can change to white. Okay. And if I want to make them look bold, which is by default not there, but then I can add property or simply double click here and you get your familiar window. So either you use styles panel or double click the selector and you get this window. I can change font weight bold, apply, and you can notice the hyperlinks gone bold. So if you don't want to use this a bit trickier styles panel, then simply spot your selector, double click on it, and edit any CSS you want. Okay, so that's how you can actually modify SPRY widgets so that they can fit as per your requirement of the website. Now this kind of modification of CSS you can actually do for all the SPRY widgets, not just menu bar. The future widgets I'm going to show you, which is tabbed, collapsible panels, they exactly work similar purpose, similar way. Okay, so remember these kind of modifications, and please go individually and practice this style. Add a table, logo, and add a basic horizontal navigation menu bar, okay, using SPRY.